My name is Ariel Jarvis. I am a natural health practitioner, registered herbalist and nutritionist, owner operator of Vitality Wellness Center, a holistic clinic located in Langley, BC. And so I'm here to talk to you about the 4 pillars of health. So the 4 pillars of health that people need to understand. The first one, which is the most important, okay, is water. Water is consistent within the entire body. It contains your cells, tissues. It allows your body to move in, nutrients and information. Without water, your body stays in survival mode and cannot thrive. And a lot of people will start to develop health conditions the longer they let this go on. The second pillar of health, which is super critical, guys, is sleep. You need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night because certain phases have to happen when you're in your REM sleeps. These phases will clean your pancreas, your liver, your brain. That one gets cleaned at about between 7 to 9 hours. So if you're only a 5-hour sleeper, you need to work on your sleep hygiene. It's very important because those toxins build up in the system and they block certain cells from communicating. And then that can create a lot of damage with your health. The next pillar is food. You are what you eat. Food is not only something that gives us fuel and energy, but it also allows us to stay healthy and thrive. Food can be medicine or food can be destructive. It can be poison. And it is so critical for you to understand what that food is doing in the body and what your needs are on a daily basis. Because if you don't meet your needs, your nutritional needs on a daily basis, then you're not giving your body what it needs to survive. The next pillar of health is exercise. Something you might not know is that exercise doesn't just have to be going for a run, lifting heavy. It's just movement. Just like your heart has a pump, it pumps the blood through the system, cleans the system. Your lymphatic system does not have its own pump. You have to move to get that lymphatic system to clean itself. And so if you're not moving and you're just constantly sitting, then that lymphatic system, the mucus and the fluid it hardens and congestion builds up. And then you are creating an environment for acidity, cancer, mucus, plaque buildup, the list goes on. Your health will start to go down. So exercise is super critical. It's also important to remove different toxins from the body. And it's also important because it allows your blood to filter properly, because the blood will filter the garbage into the lymphatic system. And when you exercise, those toxins leave the body. Exercise also helps you prevents you from getting 13 different types of cancer. So just move, guys. So this slide is fabulous, okay? So the woman's body is 60%, the man's body is 65% water. You know, that's the minimum. It can go up to 80, depending on how much water you're consuming. Your brain is 83% water. Your kidneys, 83% water. Your lungs, 85. Your eyes is 95. Your heart is 75. Your muscles are 75. Your blood is 94. Now, water moves things through osmosis. So think about a highway. If a highway is super packed, are you going to get to your destination on time? No. So you really want to open up that highway to allow transit between cell to cell as quick and efficient as possible, because that's how your body and your rate of recovery takes place. Now, this part is really cool. So this is a little bit of biochemistry. So the structure of water actually looks like a beautiful snowflake, okay? The problem is it's fragile, just like a real snowflake. When we have regular water going through our pipes with pressure, the movement and the mobility of the water, the tap water hitting those pipes, it actually breaks the structure. And so this water, Kangen water, coming from your machine, restructures your tap water, okay? It removes all the garbage and restructures it. Dr. Emoto actually was able to identify this under a microscope. It's fabulous. So think about this as the lock and the key mechanism. If I were to use my key on somebody else's car, that's a complete different brand, would it work? No matter how many times I try, it won't work. If it's the wrong key, it won't work for the lock. It won't activate the mechanism. So what about the mechanism in our cells? That's why this structure is so important. Restructuring our water, because our water is damaged. We're not absorbing it anymore. That's why people are developing chronic health conditions. So this water mimics what the water used to look like in the whole world, called blue zone water, okay? Blue zone water, it has the abilities that Kangen has. So Kangen is just copying what nature already provided that we destroyed through industrialization and pollution. So I want you to think of your body as a fish tank. When you have a fish tank full of fish, or in your body you have cells and a microbiome, what happens when the body of water becomes really thick and mucky and disgusting and you can't even see through it? What happens to the fish? Do they survive or do they thrive? They go into survival mode. They can't see, they don't know where they're going, they can barely absorb any oxygen, their nutrients, their scales start to fall off. So what do? Do you take them out and take them to the vet and go give them an antibiotic? No, right? You change the water. Well, what about the water inside of us, right? You don't wash your laundry with dirty, muddy water. So how do you wash your tissues? How do you wash your cells? Rinse and repeat with clean, structured water. So this is what one of the water machines look like. It's small, it's compact, it has a bunch of different buttons, which we're going to get into. And Nagic is a Japanese company. It is a medical device. This is not a filtration system. This is a medical device. This is to keep you healthy from a cellular level. This was developed 46 years ago, and it produces Kangen water. It mimics nature, blue zone water. It's fabulous. If you guys have Netflix, I encourage you to watch Down to Earth with Zac Efron, episode 2. He talks about the importance of blue zone water. Guys, people were traveling 10 kilometers with a bucket, empty bucket on their head just to get a bucket of this water. And your machine produces it all day long. It's fabulous. So this is the inside of the machine. The machine works on ionization and electrolysis. That is where the water goes through the tap into the filtration system, and it shoots up into the different valves where there's an ionizer, and it separates. It uses 235 watts of electricity, separating that molecule. So it actually separates. And then what happens is you have your positive and your negative charged molecules that they attract into the different locations. So the positive will attract the negative, and the negative ions will attract the positive. So if we go into the visual of the next slide, you'll see here, you see the positive and the negative chambers, and you'll see that all of the minerals that were already in your water, so we're not adding anything to the water, this was already in your tap water, all we're doing is we're restructuring it. So what we're doing so that it gets absorbed. So we're taking that water, we're filtering out the garbage, then we're dealing with the ionization with the electricity so that we can create that separation so that we have proper absorption of all of the alkaline and the minerals and the abilities with the charge. So now you have something called live water. You have a very, very unstable compound that wants to get stable. It wants to get absorbed. So when you have a positive and a negative together, it's neutral, it's happy. But when you separate them, now it wants to come back together. So now when you're drinking just the negative, it wants to grab the acid in your body. It wants to grab the positive to become stable again. That's the science behind this. It's fascinating. So what is cancer? What is acidity? What is arthritis? What is disease? What is inflammation? What is fat cells or oxidative cells? Those are all positive charge. So what happens when you drink high amounts of this negatively charged water? It grabs that and you neutralize it and you excrete it from the body at a very fast rate. And that's why your body, the burden on your body, the toxic burden diminishes, and now your body goes from survival mode to thriving. So the cool part about this is the bioavailability. Okay, so if we look here, there's a molecule called hydrogen 2. See how tiny that little molecule is? So the beautiful thing about that is it's available, it's bioavailable, it absorbs into the cells. Now, if you look at the vitamin C and the other antioxidants there, look how big they are. And we take these antioxidants every day through our food, or we take them through a supplement. But the problem is not every area can actually allow it into that cell. The reason why is it's just too big. And so this molecule is so tiny that it actually can permeate the blood-brain barrier and get right into the brain. It gets right into your bone marrow. It gets right into your joints. It gets right into your teeth. It gets right into your gums. It gets into everything. So it will actually restore and repair and remove any garbage that is not allowing you to thrive. So what is an electron? It is a stable particle with a charged negative electricity, okay? So it has a little negative of ionization. And so what it does is your antioxidant has all these little electrons around the valence shell, meaning the outside shell. What that does is it wants to go around and it wants to find free radicals. A free radical is a molecule or an atom that has unbalanced electrons. They're not balanced. So it's going to go to your cells and it's going to attack your cells because it wants to balance. This is very damaging. So what an antioxidant does is it donates an electron to those free radicals to balance them out so that everybody's neutral. If you have cells that are very aggressive and they are stripping from your cells, then you are going to have cellular decay at a faster rate, and that will attack your immune system and your entire body. So that's why antioxidants are so important. So if you say, well, I eat very healthy, I eat all my fruits and vegetables, that's great. The problem with fruits and vegetables is they have a 3-day shelf life before the antioxidants start to decay. So what that means is when you go and get your bananas, especially during the winter, and you get your bananas from Guatemala or from Mexico, and they get put on a truck and they get sent to you in about a week, and then they sit in the grocery store, and then you consume them, the amount of antioxidants you're getting is way less than what they were when you would have picked it or consumed it within 3 days of harvesting. With this water, you're getting way more antioxidants. The comparison is 1 cup of this water for 10 pounds of broccoli for antioxidants. It's amazing. And it comes right from your machine. So you don't have to waste all that money on all those expensive organic fruits and vegetables. Because if it's not organic, guys, it's full of pesticides, herbicides, it's full of glyphosate, which is an endocrine disruptor, meaning it's going to destroy and wreak havoc on your hormones and your immune system and your gut lining. So you think you're eating all these wonderful berries that are not organic, but that oil-based herbicide is going to go into your body and wreak havoc on your entire hormone system, gut system, and body system. So how do we get sick? How do we get sick? Why is it that our medical system, we have funded so much into research and just all the different avenues of developing our medical system, and yet we're still, most of Canadians are still sick or on medications. They're not getting the help they need, and they're getting frustrated, and they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Why is that? So I'm going to get into oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of the leading causes of why we're sick. Number 2 is acidosis. And number 3 is dehydration. People say, oh, I drink lots of water. But if you're not absorbing it, then you're not absorbing it. So there's 2 things that have to happen with dehydration. You have to be drinking enough of it, and you have to be absorbing it. So with oxidative stress, how do we resolve it? We resolve it with the hydrogen gas. It's an antioxidant. With acidosis, how do we resolve it? With alkalining the body, removing that acid. With dehydration, how do we resolve it? By hydrating the body. Are you actually absorbing your water? So free radical oxidative stress affects you all differently. We all look different. We all share different DNA. So why would we have the exact same symptom to our environment? That doesn't even make sense. So the way it goes is free radicals will attack your weakest part first. So we have here a list. We have brain, heart, kidneys, skin, multiple organs, joints, immune system, blood vessels, lungs, and eyes. Think about generational in your family. What are your weak parts? Now think about you personally, if you're healthy or if you have things in the body that are just not functioning properly, okay? That's where your oxidative stress is going to go first. That's the first domino that's going to fall over, and then the rest are just going to go after that. So what do? Do you treat the symptom, or you deal with the root cause so that the symptoms all go away? Well, this, my friend, this tool, this medical device is going to allow you to treat the root so that you can live your best life. So symptoms of acidosis. So the first one is your central nervous system. Headaches. Do you get sleepiness? Are you wired but tired at night? Do you get confused? Have you been in a coma? Have you had any sort of damage or concussions? What about your muscles? Do you know anyone that gets the shakes? What about seizures? What about weakness? What about MS? What about your intestinal system? Do you have SIBO, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, pain? What is going on with your digestive system? Don't just block it out. Listen to it. Do you get diarrhea? Your respiratory system, guys, this is critical right now with the way the world's going. We need to work on our respiratory system. Your lungs are 74% water. So if you're not absorbing your water, do you think your lungs are going to be strong right now? No. Are you getting shortness of breath? Are you getting coughing? Asthma, the leading cause of asthma is dehydration. What about COPD? What about sleep apnea? Wake up, guys. This is your body's way of communicating. It can't just text you or call you or send you an email. It shows you through pain. Pain is a motivator. Pain is a great signal. Your heart, right? Increased heart rate. Listen to that. Your gastric system. Do you wake up feeling nausea for no apparent reason? Are you vomiting? Do you feel like your stomach is always upset? Are you getting ulcers? Are you getting acid reflux? Listen to your body. This is not normal. If it was normal, it would happen to everybody. So now we're just going to share a little video on our water demonstration. This is our experiment. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy.
So you've always been told that you need to drink 8 glasses of water per day, but do you really know why? Our bodies are made up of over 75% water. Every cell, tissue, organ in your body needs water to survive. But not all water is created equal. Tap water is full of contaminants and added chemicals that are harmful to our bodies. While bottled water might seem like the better option, the production process is highly unregulated and contains harmful chemicals leached from the plastic containers. Also, this water is acidic and affects your body's pH and antioxidant balance. To top it all off, when it's not recycled, these bottles end up in our community's landfills, rivers, destroying our local ecosystem. So what can you do? What if you knew of one product that not only will give you clean, refreshing, yummy drinking water, it will help you replace harmful household chemicals and help you go green in your entire home? Want to learn more? Here's how. This is your new SC501, Enagic's flagship model that will filter your tap water through electrolysis to produce super hydrating alkaline antioxidant water. This portable system connects to your faucet and is capable of producing 7 different types of waters. First, the water travels through your double carbon antibacterial filter to remove contaminants and chlorine, leaving you with clean, incredibly delicious drinking water. Next, the water passes over 7 electrically charged platinum dipped titanium plates, producing Kangen and acidic waters. It's alkaline and full of antioxidants and able to fully hydrate and detoxify the body's cells and tissues. So how can a water be antioxidizing? Well, an antioxidant is a simple molecule capable of stopping the oxidation and deterioration of other molecules. Enagic's industry-leading Japanese technology uses electricity to separate the molecules in your water, leaving more antioxidizing molecules available to stop oxidation, inflammation, and the aging process in your body. This is an ORP meter, which literally measures a liquid's potential to reduce oxidation. The more positive the reading, the more oxidizing or inflammatory the liquid is. The more negative the reading, the more antioxidizing and anti-inflammatory a liquid is. We'll go to Propel. This is actually the same as vitamin water, Gatorade, Powerade, any sports drink. About 400s. Going up and down there. We got Sprite. We all kind of know that soda's bad for us. Diet sodas, by the way, and dark colored sodas are in the 500s. But Sprite is right around 436. And we got Kangen. And it's been sitting out a while, so that's pretty good for sitting out. That's negative 483. Right out of the tap, I get negative 800 sometimes. Everything we eat or drink is either alkalizing or acidifying on the body. Unfortunately, the majority of us consume foods and beverages that are sugar-laden, highly processed, leaving our bodies in a state of acidosis, which can lead to illness and accelerate the aging process. By restoring the body to an alkaline state, we can regain control of our health. Since our bodies are over 70% water, the best way to do this is by drinking water with a good amount of naturally occurring alkaline minerals. These are just pH drops like you would test your pool, or anything you're wanting to test the pH of a liquid. If you look at the pH chart, it's about a 4, and then typically pop and sports drinks are right in between a 3 and a 4 pH. When you got your Kangen, this is actually the 9.5 water, but the machine can make 8.5, 9, or 9.5 so that you don't detox too quickly. A fun little trick I want to show you guys is I pulled the Kangen water here. Let's say you've been drinking bottled water for a long time, and you're like, okay, well, how long could it take for the water to kind of help my body? Well, I drink Kangen, drinking the Kangen water. But, you guys, sports drinks and sodas are so acidic. It actually takes 32 glasses of Kangen water just to neutralize one soda. Check this out. Take the soda, take the Kangen. One sip. Your SD501 is able to provide water that can deeply penetrate your cells and aid in the removal of toxic acidic waste in your body, also absorbing nutrients and providing better hydration. Let's see this in action. This is my absolute favorite. So you see this Lipton green tea bag? We want this to represent your body. Now, this is not some major scientific experiment. It's just a cool idea so you can see the better hydration and detoxification. So we'll put the tea bag in there. I want you to pretend like you're drinking Dasani all day and you're trying to get yourself hydrated. This is really important for athletes. It's really important for dealing with brain fog. And of course, with the detoxification, it's really important for losing weight and for feeling better because toxins, we'll even get a little help there. Toxins sit in our cells, and if you can't get them out with your water. What did my skeptical husband say? He said, well, that's not fair. The tea bag was already wet, right? But isn't that cool? That's showing you the superior hydration, better detoxification of your cells. But just so you know that we weren't, cheating, or it wasn't because the tea bag was already wet, we'll go back to the Dasani. You know how when you feel really bloated or your stomach feels really full and sloshy with bottled water or tap water, you're drinking a lot of water? It's because it's sitting in your stomach and not actually absorbing into the intestines. To give you a little dose of science, the Kangen water, between the good alkaline minerals and the antioxidant, it can open your pyloric valve and go straight into the intestines. We actually have the top colon doctor in the world, Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He created the polyposcopy and helped create the colonoscopy. And this is why he recommends Kangen water as the main beverage to drink, because the Kangen water absorbs the tea better. That's showing you how you can absorb your nutrients better and how you can get waste and toxins out of your cells better. It's a pretty cool representation. That's not all that this device can do. Your SD501 has other machine settings that make special waters that can help you go green and chemical-free in your home. The clean water setting has a neutral pH of 7 that's great for cooking and baby formula. The beauty water setting makes a water that is a pH of 6. It acts as a toner, balancing the pH of your skin to make a soft, beautiful appearance. The strong acidic water has a pH of 2.5. It acts as a disinfectant and can be used to replace all of your harmful household cleaners. It's also safe to use topically to replace hand sanitizer, mouthwash, and even teeth whitener. Okay, finally, let's take a look at the strong 11.5 alkaline water. It works as an emulsifier, it removes pesticides from your produce, it makes it taste healthier, and makes your produce last longer. These are not organic, right? And pesticides are oil-based because when it rains, they have to have the oil so the pesticides don't fall off. Well, the 11.5 is our strong alkaline Kangen water that's highly antioxidant, and it actually can remove all oils, which is why you can replace your laundry detergent with it and replace any kind of like degreaser for your stove or any kind of like cleaner like that. But here is my favorite part. So we're gonna wash these tomatoes with bottled water, or just say filtered water, right? Then we're going to wash these tomatoes with the 11.5 water. Oops, gonna make a mess. Okay. We actually have this proven on PubMed to remove between 80 to 95% of all pesticides from your produce. My favorite part is that not only does the produce taste better, because it's not have that filmy, gross, slimy pesticide taste, and the produce lasts about a week longer. So by the way, when you wash your produce, so any fruits and vegetables at home with tap water, the chlorine is actually being absorbed into your fruits and vegetables. Same with your shower. That's why we have a shower unit. Even bottled water or filtered water at home, the chemicals are being put into the produce, but the worst part is it's not pulling out the pesticides and really cleaning the produce like you would like it to. Where the 11.5 can actually penetrate all oil and emulsify it and break it down and pull out all those pesticides. So now that you've seen what this SC501 machine can do for your health, it's easy to see why Enagic says, change your water, change your life. We'd like to help bring the cleanest, healthiest water to you and your family and friends and make a global impact on health, starting with your community. One more note on bottled water. It may seem like the convenient choice, but with all the harmful chemicals in the plastic and the acidity of the water, it's basically a poison to your body. And some bottled water companies take the clean water from indigenous people and they have no clean drinking water, just so we can have a more convenient bottle. When we say a global impact, we really mean it. When you're drinking Kangen water instead of bottled water, it's better for the community, the ecosystem, and you and your family.
Awesome. So we're going to go over some of the tools that they used to check the electronegativity. It's called a oxidative reduction potential. It's a little gadget that you can buy on Amazon, and you can actually test the amount of hydrogen in your water, any liquid. So you don't have to just use it for water, you can use it for any liquid solution. So if you look here at the slide, it talks about the 0, which is the neutral. Everything to the right, the fish die. So at positive 200, the fish die. So that's your cells. Your cells go from surviving to now they're decaying. Okay, so that's your bottled water. And then if we take it up a notch and we go to 400 positive, well, that's your sodas, that's your anything sugary, anything carbonated, anything that is highly processed, anything that basically doesn't expire within 1 to 3 weeks. Then we take a look at the other side and we've got the negative 100. So it's a little bit better. That's your fruits and vegetables, but that has to be organic and it has to be picked within 3 days. So if you take it up a notch, well, then you've got your green tea, which is still around negative 150. Then you've got your cod liver oil that grandma used to make you take. That's around negative 200. But you can see that our Kangen machine, the lower end machine, is superior with a negative 400. I have some people, based on what city you live in, whether it's White Rock or my friends out in Chilliwack, those machines, when you use the water supply in those cities, go up to negative 800. So it really depends on where you live as well. But the lowest will be negative 400 to about negative 800. So 1 glass of Kangen water would equal the listing below. So for example, negative 400, you would have to consume 1 cup of Kangen water to consume 328 cups of green tea. For people out in White Rock or Chilliwack, 1 cup of Kangen water has a negative 800, would be the equivalent to you drinking 744,635 cups of green tea. That's insane. Can you imagine how much repair you're going to go through and how fast you're going to recover? That's incredible. So we went through the tea bag experiment with a little video. This is indicating the permeability of the cells. When we noticed the one tea bag with the water, the cells, it didn't even go into the tea bag. The tea bag, the water never changed color. The other tea bag with the Kangen water, because the water, the antioxidant is so tiny, it can actually penetrate through the tea bag, grab the constituents and draw them out, creating a different colored fluid. That's what's happening within your cells. That is a visualization of what is happening inside of you when it comes to vitamin and mineral transportation or removing acidic waste from the cells. So the more electrons you have present, the higher the antioxidant potential. So when we notice the bottled water had a positive 400, it's only going to neutralize one cell by donating one electron. You have 75 trillion cells on average in the body. You're going to have to drink a lot of bottled water just to neutralize a few cells. Now, if we look over here, we have some of the waters, which are negative 724, negative 663, negative, all the ones on the right-hand side of the slide that are highly, highly negative. That's the amount of cells that it's going to donate electrons to neutralize that acid. That is why people are seeing tremendous results when it comes to their health, and they're seeing it fast. So here is a beautiful scale to give you a visualization. Your blood is 7.35 pH, and it wants to stay there no matter what you do in terms of what you eat and what you drink and what your environment looks like. It has to maintain that 7.35 pH. If you eat foods that are highly acidic, then it will take minerals from your bones to go into the blood to buffer the blood, because the blood has to maintain that 7.35 pH at all times, no matter what. But if you're constantly grabbing minerals from your skeletal system, what's going to happen to your skeletal system? Your foundation is going to break. What's going to happen to different reservoirs of minerals? You're going to become mineral deficient over time. What happens when you run out of those reservoirs? Your health is going to be affected. When we look at this, look at all the different labels corresponding to the pH. Look at the sodas, 2 pH. Sports drinks that we give to kids after a soccer game, 3 pH. Bottled water, that expensive Fiji water, 4 pH. What is your muscles contained of? Mostly water. What happens when your tissues become acidic? What is inside the tissue? The bone. You have the tissue wrapped around the bone. So when the tissues become acidic, the bone is sitting inside acidic tissue. What's going to happen to the bones? It's just like a car. When your car is outside and doesn't have any protection, it starts to rust. Same with the inside of your body. It has nothing to do with genetics, and it has nothing to do with bad luck. It has everything to do with acidity. And so the other thing you need to think about is tap water. Now, tap water has a very low pH. So what do? They put buffers in it to bring the acidity up so that it passes certain legal restrictions within the city council. So when you're drinking your tap water that smells like chlorine, or you're showering in it, your body's a sponge. It takes 25 seconds for your skin to absorb anything into the bloodstream. So when you're having your hot shower and you smell that chlorine, what's happening? It's going right into your tissues. It's acidifying your tissues. Well, what about that tap water that you're drinking? What's happening inside your gastrointestinal system? Why is it that you feel bloated all the time, even when you don't eat anything? Why is it that you have headaches all the time, no matter what you eat? Why is it that you just can't lose weight and you're at the gym 6-7 days a week and you work hard? Why is it that when you wake up after an 8-hour sleep, you are exhausted? This is because the body is not able to pull from those reservoirs anymore. It's telling you to wake up. It's telling you to hydrate. So signs of dehydration, these are the early signs. Remember what I said? Your body wants to communicate. It's screaming for your help. Fatigue, anxiety, depression, cravings, headaches, irritability. There is something called the gut-brain connection, guys. If you're feeling any sort of imbalance within your mental health right now, take a look at your gut. Did you correct that first? And then go from there. But everything starts with the gut. Late signs of dehydration, heartburn, joint and back pain, colitis, migraines, fibromyalgia, constipation. Water is a mover. You need to be drinking it and you need to be absorbing it. So Peter Agree obtained a Nobel Prize in 2003 for the discovery of aquaporins. Now this is super exciting. You have cells, and the cell is not completely enclosed. It has a plasma membrane, which is a fatty membrane around the tissue, around the cell, and it has something called an aquaporin, which is slightly open at the top. So what happens is water goes along, and if you look here, you see the slide, you see that green area? That's called the aquaporin. That has a positive charge. So when your water, which your tap water, which is positively charged, comes along that cell membrane and it wants to enter into that aquaporin, well, what happens with the positive and positive? They repel. So that's why you're not absorbing your water. It doesn't want to go into the inside of the cell. Whereas this water, it has a negative charge. So when that water comes across the membrane and all of a sudden it comes across that pore, that positive charge sucks it right into the cell, activating that mitochondria inside that cell, which only gets activated at a negative pH. It's fascinating. So the reason why it is so important that you absorb is not just through water, but your water is your key nutrient. That is your number one nutrient above all. So regular water is super acidic and it has limited absorption by the body and the cell. So Dr. Victor Rios has a PhD in biological chemistry, and he actually was able to identify the percentage. Most bottled waters and tap waters only get absorbed to about 18%. So what happens when you're taking supplements with it? What happens when you're taking your protein powders or your pre-workouts or things like that? 18% absorption. So you're not even maximizing your income because you're going to have to take more supplements because it's not even getting absorbed properly. When you drink Kangen water, you take less supplements, you need less nutrients because your body's running on the water. You're not as hungry. You don't need as many minerals because you're not trying to restore balance. You don't need as much sugar because your blood is balanced. Everything is balanced. So you don't need to tip the scales because everything's balanced. This water gets absorbed by 85 to 95%. What's going to happen when you take those protein powders or those probiotics or those enzymes? You're going to need less, so you save more. So chronic disease is always because of a low voltage. Think of your car. If your gas tank is empty, you're not going to go very far. What about the battery? If the battery is dead, you're not going to go very far. Your body works on voltage. Your entire body has pH sensors that it will open and close to allow certain valves to open, like the pyloric valve or different parts of the colon. What about the voltage? The mitochondria, which is in every single cell. And you can't trick the body. It knows when the right voltage is there and the right key for the right mechanism. So cells normally operate at a negative 22 millivoltage for the body to heal. So no matter if you have had an injury, a broken leg, you've gone through cancer, you have an autoimmune condition, you have a current disease, whatever that imbalance is in the body, your body is brilliant. It wants to heal, but you have to give it the right tools. Your body needs to be in a negative 50 millivoltage in order to heal. Then the healing can start. So for people that come in and they have wounds that just won't heal, why is that? It's because the voltage isn't there. So you can actually look this up. 1 out of 2 Canadians actually have, the risk is 1 out of 2 Canadians nowadays get cancer. Why is that? Cancer turns on in the body at a positive 30 millivoltage. That's terrifying. Our bottled water is a positive 400. Our acidic drinks, our coffees, our alcohol. And what are people doing right now? People are not focused on drinking the right liquids. A lot of people are drinking highly, highly acidic drinks. And so they're tampering with their immune system even more. So we have to really be mindful of that. So I like this machine as well because it doesn't just produce drinking water, it also creates a chemical-free environment for you, your pets, and your kids. So we know that bleach is harmful. We know that Windex is harmful. So why do we use it? Because we just don't know any other way. What if I told you this machine made an eco-friendly, chemical-free solution and it does the job 10 times better? You can replace your Windex, your bleach, your laundry soap. You can replace any detergent and it comes out of the machine all day long. No trips to the store, no online ordering, just your machine. It's pretty cool. So we have something called Strong Kangen water. It's 11.5. It kind of feels a little silky and it comes out of the big hose. Now this one is fabulous. I use it for my laundry. You can use it for if you have any arthritis. You can use it for cancer. You can use it for cleaning. It's a degreaser. It gets all the pesticides off your fruits and vegetables. It cleans your oven. It does an amazing job. It's a really, really strong degreaser. You get a little bit of oil on your clothing from working on the car or a little bit of oil on your carpet. It's amazing, guys. So here we can see, so it removes chemicals from your produce. It tenderizes your meat. It replaces your laundry detergent. It revitalizes your fruits and vegetables. It's a carpet cleaner. It's a degreaser, removes stains, and helps the body to release melatonin for a good night's sleep when you take it at bedtime. And it can reduce swelling, pain, and even bruising from an injury. So what's on my food? Do you even know what's on your food? Do you understand the whole basic principles around eating organic? It's expensive. Not everybody can do that. What if I told you that this machine will strip most of your herbicides, pesticides, and glyphosates right off your fruits and vegetables? So which pH of water do we use for washing the vegetables and tenderizing the meat? We use the 11.5. We use the 2.5. We give you a little handbook so that you don't have to memorize this. You know exactly what to do. Here I have a client who shared photos. This is his own testimonial. He gave me permission to share this. He has something called MRSA, which is flesh-eating disease. He has been suffering for 10 years. 5 days with me, and he was already seeing results. His nurses were just completely shocked because they have been treating him for 10 years just to manage. His condition was getting so bad in both legs, he was going to get his legs amputated at the knees. So 5 days on our Kangen water, he drank the 9.5 and he did the 2.5 spray. And this is the results just after 5 days. We have the 2.5 spray, which is the strong acidic water. This is 7 times stronger than hydrogen peroxide. It is 33% stronger than bleach. It cleans any surface. They use this in hospitals, 400 hospitals in Japan. So I encourage you to try it and learn about it. It is eco-friendly and it is safe in case your kids get into it, in case your pets get into it, in case you get into it. It's completely safe. You can actually drink a shot of it and it won't kill you. It's totally safe. So I recommend people gargle for a sore throat. Apply it on skin conditions like acne, psoriasis, or eczema. You can spray it directly into the eye. There's no pain. It's great for pink eye or eye infections. You can use a neti pot with the 2.5, or if you have the spray for your mouth and you want to clean your mouth out, you can do that. It also it's great for soaking your feet if you have warts or athlete's foot, mouthwash, gargle, things like that. It really gets deep into the layers and cleans everything out and restores the microbiome. It's fantastic. So how much are you currently spending monthly on these different brands? So let's take a look at people that buy bottled water, Perrier, fridge filters, Brita filters, or just different types of pop. If we add up the total of people that just do this once in a while, the total is over $1,000. That's a month on a yearly basis. What about cleaning products? Who wants to have a clean home? Here are the different brands and the prices. The average household spends about $476 on a monthly to a yearly basis on cleaning products, depending on the size of your home. And these are things that are affecting the environment and your home and your health. So you get the drinking water, the health back, the beauty water, the cleaning, the cooking, and the food preparation, all from the different buttons from your own machine, your little machine at home sitting on your counter. It's small, it's compact, and it comes with a handbook so that you understand exactly what to do, and we're here to support you. One medical device that creates all these different waters. Water to drink and hydrate your body, water to detoxify your cells, water to enhance your health, water to improve your skin and hair, water to clean your produce, and add better quality cooking and better quality of life. Now, this machine has different payment options. We accept Visa, MasterCard, debit, line of credit. There's two different brands that we recommend. There's the $4,000 and the $5,000 brand. And you can do this with the monthly increments. So if that is something that you would like, please talk to us later. You can message us directly and mention that you want to do one of the other machines, and you can do a payment plan option, or you can pay full out. It is a medical device, so you do get tax breaks, which we can discuss in a one-on-one meeting. So we also want to give the gift through referrals. So if you feel that this machine is something that you are fired up about, but you maybe don't have the money right now, then we have a refer 8 buyers and you get your free machine. A lot of people right now, they see the value in this machine, and so they share it. And so that's why we have made this video. We give you permission to share this video with as many people as you want and contact us. We're here to educate, we're here to support, and we're here to help with any questions that you might have. Please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much for watching tonight. And just remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. Take action. Your future self will thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in with Vitality Wellness Center.